Hey everybody, it's Christina Holloway here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're talking about something that is subtle, it is sneaky, and it is seriously damaging to your confidence. Gaslighting in the workplace. I'll walk you through what gaslighting looks like at work, how to tell if it's happening to you, and what you can do to protect your sanity, your career, and your power. So, how do you know if you're being gaslit at work? Here are a few signs. You replay conversations in your head. You find yourself apologizing constantly. You've started to feel like maybe you're the problem, even though your gut says something's off. You're not imagining it. You're not overreacting. And no, you're not too sensitive. You're being manipulated, and it's time to name it, spot it, and shut it down. All right, so let's get started. Let's start with a clear definition. Gaslighting is psychological manipulation where someone makes you question your own reality, memory, or judgment. At work, it often shows up as shifting blame, undermining your credibility, making you doubt your value. And here's the catch, it's not always loud and obvious. Sometimes it sounds like concern. I'm just trying to help you, or I'm giving you this feedback because I care. But when the pattern is consistent and it chips away at your confidence, that is not feedback. That's control. And that's what happened to each one of my clients. That one example where my client was told that she's too direct and she needs to change, she was in tears. She didn't know how to change. And she wanted me to coach her to be more soft and less direct, especially to a team member who was really bad at his job. He should have been fired. And instead, he managed to complain that his boss was too mean to him while he continued to be mediocre and miss deadlines. He was shifting the power dynamic in his favor. And yes, women are more likely to experience gaslighting at work, but men also experience it. Like the guy I was working with 6 months ago who felt terrible that he was perceived to be playing favorites at work. Why? Because his subordinate, a woman, accused him of it. He had 2 new team members that he needed to spend time with to get them up to speed. The problem? They were also men. She didn't need his attention. She just wanted it. So let's get into this. Here are 5 signs you're being gaslit at work. Number 1, you are constantly second guessing yourself. You leave meetings confused. You start sentences with, maybe I'm wrong, but That person whose boss said it was her fault, he didn't read his own emails. She said to me, I had to take a minute and see if I had a blind spot. Maybe I don't manage expectations well. And I had a visceral reaction and said, no, he is gaslighting you. He's blaming you because he doesn't manage his time well. Anyone who tells you that part of your job is to keep them from embarrassing themselves in meetings is gaslighting you and fabricating imaginary job responsibilities that are literally impossible to do. Bottom line, it is not your job to keep stupid people from doing stupid things. That's just not a thing. Number 2, you're apologizing for things that aren't your fault, even when it's clearly not your fault. The first thing I work on with people who are experiencing this is to break the habit of apologizing or taking responsibility for someone else's shortcomings. Don't apologize at work. Just stop doing it. Apologizing at work is not an indicator that you're humble and you can accept responsibility for your mistakes. Mistakes happen at work all the time, but they are rarely the fault of just one person. Systems fail. Communication fails. Backup plans fail. Full-on approaches fail and then land on someone. Stop being the fall guy. And if someone tells you it's your fault I failed, give them silence and then walk away. And then start working on a way to respond that deflects the blame away from you. Number 3, you're being excluded or isolated. You're left off emails, not invited to meetings, told we assumed you'd be busy. I have 2 clients who've been told that there were complaints that they were toxic. Someone, a boss or a skip level, intervened. It's been fixed. And don't worry, we dealt with HR for you. One client told me she found out HR had no clue what she was talking about, and there was nothing in her file. Nothing. And this one baffles me because I haven't seen it being used until recently. It's insidious. And I don't have advice about whether you should go to HR or, to uncover this if it's happening to you. Neither one of my clients wanted to step into that situation for good reason. I don't know what your company is like, but hear me when I say this. If someone tells you there was a complaint and they saved you from embarrassment, but you can't talk to anyone about it, even HR, then there's something more going on. None of that makes sense at all. And that boils down to political games that are being masked as performance management. This example shows the consequences of unchecked power and the importance of documentation. Number 4, you're told things that don't match reality. If someone is talking to you like this, you said that last week, you didn't, or we've already talked about this, you haven't, then take a minute to slow down. This is the problem. It's easy to believe things are so fast paced that you may have forgotten or missed something. The problem starts if you're usually really organized and rarely miss things. But now you're being told all the time that you're sloppy and disorganized. You're not. That's the same approach my client's boss is using against her. You know, the one whose boss told her that she wasn't managing his time properly. Yuck. He also has a habit of walking up to her desk repeatedly throughout the day, interrupting her and calling her into unnecessary meetings. She said to me, I feel like I have ADHD. I'm struggling with focusing and my brain feels chaotic. That's not her, that's her boss. And she's associating the chaos with a decrease in her performance. Maybe I can't handle the job at this level. No, no, no. And this person is really in it. She's the main reason I made this video. She is so deep inside someone else's narrative. And from the outside, it's clear her boss is doing this because she's a rising star and very capable of outperforming him. And to him, well, that's just not going to happen if he can help it. Number 5, you're being blamed, but no one is listening. Here, I had a client a few years ago who had built a high-performing team. Her colleagues' team, however, was always working to the last minute to finish their deliverables before the deadline. Her boss and her skip level would always ask her to bring her team in to help them. She finally said she didn't want to do it anymore. And when she pushed back, the response was, you're overreacting, and this is why people don't work well with you. But her concerns were valid. You're rewarding that other team for always failing because someone else's team will swoop in and save them. You're also creating consequences for my team because we finished on time, but now we have to sacrifice our time off to work longer to bring up the rear. The response? Why can't you be a team player? These are the tactics I hear from my coaching clients every single week. And let me be clear, many of these clients are at the director or VP level. This happens at every level of leadership. Now, there are 3 reasons why people gaslight others at work. Power. They want to shift blame, avoid accountability, or control outcomes. Insecurity. When someone is threatened by your competence, they attack your confidence. Bias, especially when it's gendered, racial, or generational. If you were a man, you could be more direct with the executives. Yo, what? And my client prepared me for that. She told me he would very likely say it during our meeting. It wasn't that I didn't believe her. It was just that I couldn't imagine someone saying something so stupid in front of other people more than once. That's not just gaslighting, it's discrimination dressed up as feedback. So here's what you can do if you suspect you're a victim of gaslighting at work. Document everything, save emails, write down conversations, keep a log of what's said and when. Use clear professional language. Just confirming next steps based on today's meeting or following up on the action items we discussed on this date. These phrases create a paper trail. Ask clarifying questions. Can you share who said that? Or can you help me understand where that feedback is coming from? These questions disrupt the manipulation. Don't go it alone. Talk to a mentor or a trusted peer or even HR if you feel comfortable doing it. You are not imagining this and you don't have to handle it alone. Protect your confidence. Keep a wins folder. I used to do this all the time. I still have a wins folder even now. Track your successes because gaslighting works best when you forget who you are. Let's not make it easy for them. Gaslighting is designed to make you feel small, uncertain, and off balance. But the truth is, you are not too much. You are not too emotional. You are not difficult. You're showing up in a space that doesn't know how to handle your strength. So here's your reminder. Your voice matters, your work matters, and no one gets to rewrite your reality but you. All right, so that's it for my video on gaslighting at work. If you've experienced gaslighting or suspect you have, make sure to leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear about it, so let's talk about it. Your story matters, and I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed watching this video and you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up by hitting that like button, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you never miss another video from me. Don't forget to join my leadership lunch break over on LinkedIn. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.